How do you create faithful fans?
It's all down to engagement. Imagine your favourite rock band and you've gone to go and see them, you really love them, and then you go to the back door after the end of the gig and they just ignore you. You engage in certain things with them and they just don't care. That's the point where you build a distrust or a disconnection. I reply to as many, if not all, of my comments. The reason for this is that they've made the decision to comment. They've taken that time. 100 odd people, maybe a small percentage would comment, maybe a small percentage would then engage. It's those people that will actually make or break you. 1,000 true fans is something that can launch a business.
Yeah.
If you think 1,000 true people that will buy that sock or that t-shirt or that mug, if you're engaging with them, if you're giving them what they want, if you're using that community tab, those are ways that you're giving back through communication. It could also mean that every now and then you throw out some personal stuff if you wish. You can access me quite easily using the YouTube stories. I do more personal stuff on there. Nothing like, I don't really talk about my family. I just tell you how I'm feeling, what I'm doing. On my Instagram stories for a very long time, I told people how I was going through blood tests and how I hate doctors and stuff like that. Just be a little bit more human. If you're a bit too robotic, then you lose that human element. You need people to associate with you and empathize with you.
Yeah.
Even if that means that, hi, I'm learning this new skill. Be honest that you're learning. You're not an expert, you're learning. And that humility may actually win you people that are either experts or want to learn along with you.
I think the way I've always described it as well is how it was described to me in radio. The people listening, or in this case the people watching, you want them to want to be your friend. You want the women to want to spend time with you, and you want the guys to want to go for a pint with you. Nobody buys anything without a level of an emotion. Even if it's an impulse buy, there's still that element of, I really like this, or that looks good on me, or I must have that computer. There's still that element of emotion. And I think that's so important when you're creating content, full stop, whatever content it is, blogging, video, podcasting. You've got to create that level of emotion between you and the audience members. Otherwise, they're just going to go, well, you're just another bloke saying the same things and I don't really care.
Especially with the size of YouTube, you've got to think that the thing that will make you stand out is you. If you're trying to be somebody else, or if you're trying to be nobody, then nobody's going to care. They need to find that connection. Even if it's like my new channel, I'm actively sharing my cat. I love my cat. It's fluffy. Have you got a cat? Have you got a dog? It's a human side of me that I couldn't necessarily show in a more professional light. So you can't necessarily do it on your main channel. If you give them options somewhere to build it, then they can identify with you, and that builds loyalty over time.
If you liked this, why not click here for the full interview, or check out the playlist here for micro mini clips that will blow your mind.